Tax were punitive, promised that no more people would end up paying tax, and said the standard rate of 25 pence in the pound would not be raised.
Many of those people on average, above average and below average incomes who think that somehow we're going to increase their taxation will be happy to know that that is most certainly not the case.
These set-piece interviews can be a minefield for the leaders, but Mr Kinnock's aides were very happy with his performance. However, his reassurances will do nothing to undermine the Conservatives' determination to continue their assault on Labour's tax plans. John Major's first full interview of the campaign, recorded yesterday, will be broadcast on BBC Radio's The World This Weekend in a few minutes' time, and he pressed home their message.
The fetish that the Labour and Liberal parties both have for raising taxes seems to me to be very damaging to individuals and very damaging to the country and to the business attitude that prevails within the country.
Paddy Ashdown, leaving home for a rally in London this afternoon, is the only party leader who believes putting up taxes could win votes. The Liberal Democrats say to invest in education, it would be necessary to increase the basic rate by a penny in the pound.
The search for survivors from last night's helicopter crash in the Brent oil field has been called off. 2 bodies have been recovered. Another 9 men are still missing, presumed dead.
The crash happened as the helicopter made a 2-minute flight, hopping from the Cormorant Alpha platform to the accommodation vessel only 200 metres away.
He banked very sharply to the right when he took off, and we just went straight into the water. It seemed to veer right and straight in. We never went near the heli deck. We never hit anything except the water.
It was this helicopter, a Bristow Super Puma, that went down in severe weather conditions. Hopes of finding more survivors faded early this morning when the air search was called off. Shell say an investigation is underway into what happened. They do know there was little warning of a problem.
The pilot was unable to give out any Mayday message, and the alarm was raised by the helideck crew on the safe supporter, i.e. the platform to which the helicopter was proceeding, when it was reported that it disappeared from view.
Shell said a vessel would go back to the area this afternoon to search for wreckage of the helicopter.
Rescue teams searched through the night for survivors of the earthquake in the Turkish city of Erzincan. Some have been pulled from the rubble, but hope is fading that more will be found. Rescuers are using sniffer dogs to detect survivors, and a British team with sensitive listening devices has joined the international effort. More than 300 bodies have been recovered, but many more people are missing. It's thought tens of thousands have been left homeless. England's cricketers have suffered their first defeat of the World Cup. New Zealand won comfortably by 7 wickets, but both teams are already through to the semi-finals. Graham Hick started confidently for England, notching up 56 with a steady stream of boundaries. But England's other batsmen failed to follow suit. New Zealand's Andrew Jones capitalised on England's below-average score, and with captain Martin Crowe, the World Cup leaders cruised to victory with overs to spare. That's the news. Now back to Jonathan Dimbleby on the record.
Good afternoon and welcome. Today is a moment for which all of us on the record have been waiting, the first Sunday of the general election. A sheaf of polls in today's papers tell the same story. The election is wide open.